Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought we could do something really fun that I saw on Charlotte Holdcroft's channel, where she talked about her 10 most repurchased beauty items. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As you know, I have my online beauty consulting service, which is where you get the chance to meet me and have a one-on-one Zoom chat, and you can pick my brain about any beauty concern you might have. So to make an appointment for yourself, click the link in the description box down below. All right, my 10 most repurchased beauty items. There are certain products that I have repurchased, but then there are others that I have repurchased again and again and again and again. They're sort of like the staples, the essentials that I can't go without, and I'm trying my best to stick to 10. So the first item here is actually a lip product from Dior, and this is the Lip Maximizer. This is the shade 001. This is the classic shade. So the Lip Maximizer is a nourishing, hydrating lip gloss, but it has a plumping, minty, tingling sensation. Some people don't like this. I enjoy it. And the 001 shade is going to enhance your natural lip pH. They have other shades available. They have, I think, several colors, like a rosewood, a coral, a cherry, a plum, whatever you want. I like the classic one. What I do is when I'm getting ready in the morning to do my makeup, I will throw this on my lips, I will do my brows, the rest of my makeup, and then, I sort of let it activate and plump and hydrate as I'm doing the rest of my makeup. I have gone through so many of these. This whole video today, most of these products, I cannot tell you how many times I've repurchased them. That's how many it's been. Like, it's been more than 2, more than 3, more than 4, more than 5. They're just always in rotation. So this is the first one here. Every couple of years, they reformulate it, add something new, take out something, but it's always a staple for me. Okay, moving on to a complexion item. Now, I have an extensive makeup wardrobe, you might say. So for me to finish up any item, but let alone a foundation, means a lot. And this for me is the Chanel Les Beiges Water Fresh Tint. Now, this is more of a skin tint than a foundation. It falls under the foundation umbrella, but it is very, very lightweight, very sheer. It's what I'm wearing today. So if you want your skin but better, you're going to see little imperfections. If you have hyperpigmentation, if you have little spots, they're still going to appear, but it is very much your skin, but better. It offers a soft blurring effect. It sort of just adds almost like a filter to your face in a very sheer, lightweight way. And it offers a little bit like a drink of water for your face. I use this as a primer sometimes underneath a foundation, like a more covering one, or on its own. Today, I think I used 2 or 3 pumps to do my full face. Very natural, very sheer, and it's one of those products that I have yet to find it dupeable. Like sometimes, if it's like a medium coverage velvet finish foundation, lots of brands have something similar. I have not yet found a product like this from a different brand. So it's really so unique, so one of a kind. I really have nothing else in my collection that comes close to this. This is one of a kind, and I've gone through multiples of this. And I find that to go through a full foundation, it takes a lot because, we don't usually pump like 5 or 6 times to get a full face. It takes very little. So to go through one, it says a lot. Okay, I'm sort of bouncing around here. I think Charlotte was more organized, but I have these laid out. The next item here probably is not very shocking. This is the Nars eyeshadow primer. The official name is the Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is what it looks like. This is the classic one. It doesn't actually have a color. This is the wand here. I know it looks white on the applicator, but when you apply it on the lid, it just looks like a translucent shade in a way. They do have, I think, 3 shades available if you want one that's going to match your skin tone a bit better. I prefer the classic translucent one. This truly is super glue for your eyeshadow. I believe that there is no point in applying eyeshadow unless you go in with an eyeshadow primer, because I hate when, you know, midday, all of your eyeshadow has collected in the crease here. So annoying. I have hooded eyes and oily eyelids. The rest of my face is dry except for my eyelids. So for me, there's literally no point in doing any eyeshadow. Even today, I'm just wearing a little bit of eyeshadow like right here in the corner and under the brow bone. I still put eyeshadow primer here just because, I don't know, it's like a habit. Even if I don't go outside, I still wear sunscreen. So I still just apply a little bit of the primer here. Any eyeshadow I wear, it locks it in place. It makes it so opaque. It makes it last all day. I don't have to worry about it fading or smudging or anything. It is perfection. I have no idea how many of these I have used. I should buy stocks in Nars Cosmetics based off of the eyeshadow primer alone, because it is just, this is an item that's essential. Like, I could absolutely never have a makeup kit without this. So how many times have I purchased this? I don't know. I would have to like go back years and years and look at my credit card statements, but I would guess 10 maybe. I don't know. I go through maybe 1 a year. So 10 is probably accurate. Next up is an eyeliner. Now, I have to admit, some of these products in today's video are maybe not very flashy, not like super showy, but sometimes the most subtle products make the biggest difference. And for me, this is the Chanel waterproof liner. I love this collection in general. If I pick an eyeliner, I tend to go with waterproof and typically with Chanel. So this is the Stylo Waterproof Joues, which means like waterproof liner. This shade here is number 88. It's like an intense black. They have a more intense black. This is the shade here. What I love is the intensity. I am using it today in the top waterline. It's called tight lining. So you take the liner, you put it in the waterline here. It looks kind of crazy, but you just go in the waterline on top, and it makes the lash bed look really thick and dense and just opens up your eye. So when I wear an eyeliner, I don't always, sometimes I skip, but if I do, it's almost always this one, or at least this category from Chanel. And I just think a black waterproof liner is something you can't really go without. It's kind of like the little black dress, except you don't wear a little black dress every day. You wear a little black eyeliner every day. I love that it's waterproof. It's creamy, but not too creamy. Like, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't transfer, it stays in place. Sometimes liners transfer. If you put it on the waterline, it kind of goes on the bottom, kind of defeats the purpose. This doesn't smudge. And don't forget that these here have a little sharpener at the bottom. So if your liner is getting dull and you want to do like a little flick or something more precise, just use the sharpener. So again, how many of these have I purchased and repurchased over the years? That is between me and God. I don't know. Okay, moving on to a product here that took a little bit of convincing. I wasn't totally convinced at first, but now that I'm here, there is no going back. This is the Chantecaille Longest Lash Faux Cils Mascara in black, of course. You know, if it comes to choosing a mascara, it has to be black. It's sort of like an eyeliner. You need a black mascara, you need a black waterproof liner as well. This is the wand here. So the reason that I took a bit of convincing to fully appreciate and get into this mascara is because of the price tag. It is very expensive, and I mean expensive for what it is. Mascara, as far as other cosmetics go, these perish the fastest. You know, these do not last years, absolutely not months. So it is quite pricey. However, this is what I'm wearing today, just the black liner and tons of mascara. It really, really gives you that fake lash effect, lots of volume, lots of curl, lots of drama, lots of density. It also has some sort of I don't think skincare is the right word, but it has some sort of peptide blend in the product here that helps fortify and nourish your lashes. So you do get a skincare element mixed in with your mascara. The price tag, yeah, that was the only ick that I was like, oh, it's so expensive. But here's the thing. Chantecaille has a couple of sales every year that's like 20 or 25%. Perfect. I always stock up because when you buy a new mascara, as long as you don't open it, it's going to stay good, stay fresh for a long time. So when the sale rolls around, and sometimes like the retailers that Chantecaille is sold through, like Saks or Nordstrom's, Holt Renfrew, whatever, sometimes the retailers will have a sale or a gift with purchase, and I'll pick up one of these at that time. Even if I don't need a new one at that moment, I will get one and I'll just keep it in the box, and then like a month or two later or whatever, when I need it, I can open it. And as long as you don't crack it open, it's going to be good. So that's what I would encourage you to do. Get it on sale because it is pricey, but trust me, it is so good. It really is just like the drama, the volume, the density that you want in a mascara, in a tube, not with fake lashes. It's really great, and it's been repurchased so many times. Okay, moving on to another complexion item. This is from Cle de Peau. This is the wonderful magical concealer. I use the shade Almond. Now this is the original flavor, original packaging and formula. They have a new formula out. I've done a full review wear test. I think that the new formula is just as great. It's literally the same product. I know they've made some changes, but as far as I'm concerned, it's really one and the same. So this concealer, again, it has a very pricey or a very high price tag. So worth it. So this is a full coverage concealer. It's not sheer, it is full coverage. So you have it in the stick here. It's very creamy, very opaque. Now, because it's high coverage and very opaque, you really need very little. I apply a little bit here, a little bit there, and maybe to spot correct. A little bit goes a very, very long way. So even though it's very expensive, you end up using less than other brands because it covers so well. So there is that going for it. And again, this is one of those items that I need in my makeup kit, makeup collection. There is no world that exists where I don't have one of these in my makeup arsenal. And it's one of those items that even though it's very expensive, and I've repurchased it multiple times, this concealer lasts me so long that by the time it comes for me to purchase a new one, I don't remember when I purchased it. You know what I mean? Like it's been a year, close to a year, maybe a little bit more. So if you calculate like price per wear, it's actually a good investment. Like it's not something that you're going to regret purchasing. So listen, I cannot talk enough about this concealer. I'm certain if you watched, a handful of my videos, you probably knew this was coming. Okay, moving on to eyebrows. It's so funny because I've gone back and forth in my mind thinking about getting, what's it called? Like dermaplaning or dermablade, when they do like the permanent or semi-permanent brow fill, because having a nice eyebrow really transforms your face. It transforms your whole outlook on the day. I just think when your brows are filled in and set, there's nothing you can't do. Like you just look so put together, so polished, and so a good eyebrow is very important. And so for me, there are two items here that I have been repurchasing for years. I think these may have gone or undergone some cosmetic like marketing changes, or like the packaging has maybe changed, but the product has stayed the same, and these are from Benefit. This is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. The shade is number 4. It's like a dark brown. So this is the product here. You have the brow pot product, and it looks almost like it's on a bias, like a triangle shape. And so this is the color. Let me just give you a swatch. it looks like this. It looks like the eyebrow color that I'm wearing today. And so this is what I use to fill in the bulk of my brow, place it, you know, do the shape. And then I have a second one, the Precisely My Brow. Now this is so fine. It's just a very, very fine pointed tip. So if you have, like, if you're like me and you're just very much a perfectionist with your brows, you can go in and just very, very lightly add a few strokes of hair, fill in here and there, very, very subtly. So it's more fine, you get more precise strokes than the Goof Proof. And personally, I see these as a duo. They're sold separately and they are completely different products, but to me, they go hand in hand. They are just so complementary. One is more for the bulk of the work and the other one is for more precision. I'm very extra, so I like to go in with both and I like to have both. And I think they're both in the shade number 4 as well. Yeah, they're both in number 4. So they just work perfectly for me. And then I have beautifully filled in eyebrows and I'm ready to conquer the world. Okay, next up is a product from Chanel that, again, I could not tell you how many times I have repurchased this. It was for the longest time my go-to. It has been replaced. It's been dethroned. It's still in the top, but just dethroned a little bit by Chantecaille. And this is the Volume de Chanel. Now, for so long, this has been my absolute go-to mascara. This is the original formula. They've come out with different versions, but I prefer the original classic formula in classic black. I just find that this is the best one. This does give me volume, drama, fake lash effect, but I find that the Chantecaille mascara just has like a little something that's just like a little bit better. I know. So it used to be like this was top, now it's like it's still second. It's still very, very good, but something about Chantecaille has, you know, replaced it. But it's still one that I like to keep around and I like to have, and I still repurchase it. So it's still in today's video. Okay, I have one last item here in my top 10. I am trying very hard here to respect the rules and stick to 10 items. There are more items that I can think of, but I will stick to 10 to be a law-abiding makeup YouTuber. Okay, so this item here has been repurchased many, many times, and up until I discovered the Cle de Peau concealer was my go-to. But it's similar to the mascara where it's still in the top running, it just got dethroned a little bit. And this is the Chanel concealer. This is the corrector number B20. So it looks like a very classic concealer tube. This is the applicator. It's a very nice wand. This one here is definitely more liquidy, more runny. And this shade here in particular has a bit more of a rosy color to it, a bit more of a rosy cut. So it is nice to conceal blue or dark circles, you know, that sort of rosy hue counteracts blue veins or any darkness like that. This was one that I repurchased, I don't even know how many times. And again, it wasn't until Cle de Peau came into the picture that I was like, oh, never mind. It's still something that I reach for a lot and I still repurchase it. This is the new formula. I think the reformulation, sorry, was last year. And I think I prefer the shade range. Well, the shade range has been upgraded and expanded, which is great because the shade range before wasn't fabulous. But this year, the shade range is better. I like that the 20 now has a bit of that like peachy coolness to it to counteract any dark circles. So I still purchase and repurchase it. It's just, you know, dethroned just a little bit by Cle de Peau. Okay, that is it. These are the 10 most repurchased beauty items. Like I said, some of these are not like the flashiest products, but sometimes you just need like a good staple. Sometimes the most boring looking item is actually what makes the biggest difference. You know, like a eyebrow pencil. Not very exciting to look at, but once you use it, it looks great. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what are some of your top most repurchased beauty items. whether it's mascaras, eyebrows. I guess those are types of products that are very easy to repurchase, but maybe you have foundations, blushes, lip products. Sound off in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And I hope that other creators join in on this too, because it's very refreshing and interesting seeing what different people do for their top 10 most repurchased products, because we all have different tastes, different skin needs, and so that sort of is reflected in our products too. So I can't wait to see that. If you're new to my channel, hi, thank you for joining us. I talk about nothing but luxury beauty, so I certainly hope you take the time to subscribe and join us here in our community. And on that note, I think this is all I have for you guys for today. So thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.